Alright, welcome to the Steel Hand YouTube channel. Alright, today we have the CZ Shadow 2 SA and the Walther Q5 Match SF steel frame. We're going to do a comparison between the two, give you some basics overalls to start. The Shadow comes in steel frame, red fiber optic front sight, barrel 4.89 inches long compared to the Walther, which is also a steel frame with a 5-inch long barrel. The overall length of the Walther is 8.7 inches. The overall length of the Shadow is 8.5, so it is a little bit shorter. As far as weight goes though, the Shadow comes in at 46.5 ounces overall, and the Walther comes in at 41.6 ounces. So it is a fair amount lighter. As you can see here with the Walther, the slide has been milled. It's got a lot of serrations in it. It's cut through to lighten it up. Very easy to grab a hold of. It does have the available plate on the back side, so you can remove the rear sight and put on a red dot, which the CZ does not have that option. If you look at the two side by side with the mags in them, the CZ is taller. As far as overall length, you can definitely see the Walther has about a 1/2 inch longer, probably more like a 1/4. Both red fiber optics. The Walther's red fiber optic is a lot bigger. So if you're trying to look down it, quick reference might be easier to pick up. CZ might help you be a little bit more accurate. Both of them have adjustable rear sights for the up, and the Walther has a right-left adjustment, which the CZ does not. Side-by-side comparison, you can see the CZ's barrel is lower in the axis. Probably makes it a little bit better at recoil mitigation, but it only has one hole for accessories. Unlike the Walther's accessory rail, there's multiple points so you can adjust things to your fitting and liking. Mag release, CZ has a paddle, Walther's more of just a little round disc. Both are very easy to get a hold of with your hand on there. Drop the mag. Safety on the CZ, a lot more like a shelf versus the Walther. A lot harder to get a hold of, a lot more blended in, but also less chance of catching it if you're in the middle of doing something else. As far as triggers go, the Walther's trigger has got a lot more take up before it hits the wall. Crisp little break. Reset is short. Good audible break on that. Compared to the CZ, it's got just a little bit of take up. Crisp break. Short reset. Good pull. Overall, both fairly comparable to each other. Let's do a couple trigger pulls. See what we get. Three on the CZ. Do 3 just to verify. 2.1. 2.13. One last one. 2.1. Definitely lighter than it was in other videos. I guess it's starting to loosen up, being broken. I'll go over here to the Walther. .1. 2.9. 2.4. The Walther does have a spring kit in it for a lighter trigger. Was pulling about 5.1 on previous tests before the spring kit was installed. So at this point after the spring kit, pretty close comparison of trigger pulls. As far as feeling the hand, the Walther has a really nice textured wraparound grip. Got a lot of swell to it, so it gives you a real nice grip. Lets you really get your hand on there. Feels real good in the hand. As far as the release, drops right up. Nice, good, and easy to get a hold of with your finger. As you can see with the shadow, it's a lot narrower. Still has really good gripping on it. Even has a little texture on the trigger. Let you tuck up in there nice. The beaver tail undercut. On a hot day, probably still be able to get a good grip on it. The Walther does feel a little bit nicer. As far as magazines, both steel magazines. 15 in the Walther 9mm. The CZ magazine works for both their 40 and their 9. It'd be 12 rounds if it was a 40, 17 rounds as 9mm. So if you're going out for a competition with the CZ, you got 2 more rounds in the mag. Might come in handy at the end of the day. About the same overall height, but you can definitely see the difference in angle. The Walther is a little easier to strip down. Just lock it back, turn the knob up right here, drop it forwards, comes right off. The CZ, you have to go through, line up the hashtags on the back, pull it back, push this pin out, usually comes out easier than that. You can see it does take a little bit more effort to tear down the CZ. Not much. You can see looking from this angle, the Walther does have a wider chassis overall. Same basic idea inside there, both steel frame. But you can definitely tell the CZ has a lot lower riding chassis. You hold them side by side. Walther's got a bigger spring. Slide weight to slide weight, they feel about the same in the hand. The CZ might have a little bit more weight on it. Both steel guide rods. Put them back together. Take the CZ. You just gotta slide it back on. Line up the little hash marks on the back. Drop the pin in. It's good to go. Walther, same basic idea. Slide it on. Lock the safety. Drop the forwards. Good to go. As far as personal opinion, I think the Walther feels a little bit better in the hand. But the shadow trigger seems to feel a little bit nicer and a little more crisp. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below.